Hello folks, I'm back up on the mountain checking traps. Last time up I got a cross fox in the trap that I reset on the last video, or one of the last videos. I've been debating whether or not to show it on here. I'm kind of against showing live animals in traps because the trapping's an emotional deal and it upsets people that don't trap, and next thing you know, they're out trying to stop us all from doing this. And we don't need that. We have plenty of troubles already without adding to our own and causing ourselves problems. So I've been thinking about this long and hard, and a cross fox, if you don't know, is just a red fox. It's not crossed with anything. But red fox come in several different colors. They come in a kind of a cherry red, which is probably the most common that you see, that you think of when you think of a fox. They come in black, and they come in a silver gray, or they can be what they call a cross fox, which is a mixture of all of them. They're a purebred fox. They're not crossed with anything. It's just a color phase, same as a brown black bear is still just a black bear. But anyway, this is a really pretty fox, and I'm going to show it. I'm going to show it briefly, though. But before I do, I was going to talk a little bit about trapping responsibilities and kind of some do's and don'ts. I mean, I already mentioned putting live animals on camera. Be very careful with that. Don't put things that are overly brutal on there or anything like that. People don't need to see that, and you shouldn't be doing it to begin with if you got any sense of right and wrong. Facebook, I've seen some terrible things on some of the predator hunting ones and things, and I'm one of them. I get out there and I hunt them and trap them and stuff, but I try to do it as humanely as I possibly can. I like animals. I love my dogs. I got 2 of them in the Jeep right now. I don't do this because I don't like animals. It's just the opposite. I get up here and I am in with the animals, and it's a challenge to try to get them and where to put your traps and things. And my job is seasonal. I don't get paid from middle of November clear until April. And this is a way that I can make a little bit of extra money and still get up into the woods and have a good time and enjoy my winter. Summer months, I'm usually too busy to do a lot of the things I would like to do. The wolf traps are big. I'm using MB750s. So what they are is Minnesota brand is what the MB stands for, and they're a big trap. The 750, I'm not sure if that stands for 7.5-inch jaw spread or if it's just 7, but they're a big trap. They're almost as big as the biggest Idaho will allow. They're a powerful trap. They're hard to set without your setting tools. If you get somebody's dog in one of those, you have just made an instant enemy, and probably an anti-trapper. And I don't want to catch somebody's dog. Like I said, I love my dogs. I'd be upset if somebody caught mine. This area I'm in right now is not that far from town. It's where I'm at is probably maybe 10 miles if you follow the road up. It's heavily used by hound hunters that are after mountain lions in the middle of winter. And middle of winter is when my traps are out here. Those wolf traps will easily catch a dog. They're set up to catch a big dog, a wolf. And so what I've done here, and there's no legal requirement in Idaho to have warning signs up, but I usually put them up. And I'm going to zoom in on this here a second, see if you can see it or not. And what I normally do is I put usually 3 or more signs out, depending on where my trap sets are. I'll put one about a quarter mile from where the traps are, one where the traps are, and another one maybe a quarter mile the other side. If I have more traps out than that, I put more signs out. What that does is it just warns people that there are traps in the area, and they should be aware of them, and hopefully if they're smart, they'll stay out of my traps. I can't catch a wolf if I got a dog plugging up the trap, and I don't want somebody's dog hurt. So, if you catch an animal, if you want to be a trapper, you got a big responsibility to the animals that you catch as well. They're valuable animals, but besides that, they're living creatures, and you are taking the life of that living creature, and you owe it to that animal to try to treat it as respectfully as you can, treat it as well as you can. Don't do anything that's not humane, and use as much as that animal as you can, whether you're selling the pelts or eating the meat or whatever. There's all sorts of side markets for things like the coyote teeth and things like that as well that you can look into. Unless it's really mangy or there's something wrong with it as far as a disease goes, I don't care how hard I gotta try and how late I gotta stay up at night. I skin that animal and I take care of it and use it. A lot of people eat the meat of some of these fur bearers. I've tried beaver and muskrat, and I even tried a little bit of coyote one time, and I don't think I'd recommend that. The coyote was nasty. To be honest, it just wasn't good. Beaver and muskrat actually are pretty good eating. Generally, I save them and use them for bait for other animals. The carcasses of coyotes and things, I don't throw in the dump. I take them up here on the mountain, and the magpies and ravens and things get a lot of use out of them. Food is hard for them to find in the wintertime, and it helps them out. So, anyway, this is probably starting to get a little bit on the long side, so I will turn this off, and I finally figured out how to edit a little bit. I'm still struggling with it, so you'll have to bear with me on that. I'm going to do my best to piece this together and show you a really pretty fox. I've already skinned him, stretched him, dried him, and he's on the stretcher now. At the end of the video, I'll show you a little closer of that too, because it is a pretty animal, and hopefully it will be one that'll bring some money and somebody will get a lot of enjoyment out of it. So anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I'm new to this. I need all the subscribers I could get. If you want to subscribe and comment or put a thumbs up or even down if you don't like it, please do so. And thank you very much. I will see you next time.